Ish.
And then we'll see where we go. Hey guys, it's Otti again. I'm sitting at the Cast Rock Festival beside me the GOTHMINISTER. Hey, first of all.
Hello again.
Hi.
I thought I was looking cool now, looking on this screen and looked a bit, like a hunchback and really. I'm a nice person.
You're always
inside.
You always
I try to be.
You're cool guys. And maybe people who know our channel should know you because we have done some cool interview in Essen some months ago. I think it was like October, November, I don't know exactly.
Yeah, last year.
First of all, you are a GOTHMINISTER from Norway and you do some cool gothic rock and metal stuff. So we have this introduction stuff. And now you have played here. And before we start talking about your new album, maybe we can talk about, we had some troubles today. We want to...
Yeah, everything was rosy. We were going to bed trying to get some sleep, and then at 1 o'clock in the night, the flight company cancelled all our tickets for 6 o'clock in the morning. So 5 hours before you fly, you cancel all tickets. So we had to go to the airport at 1 o'clock in the night and try to find tickets. And today, if you're late, you find tickets with no hand luggage or no check-in luggage, or check-in luggage with only 12 kilos. And so we have to leave a lot of stuff behind. We were just exhausted, and we arrived in Düsseldorf, and we had to run on stage to be in time for the show. But I think at least we delivered the show. So.
And this is the reason why we are talking after the show. We had planned to talk before the show. Yeah. And now we are in the backstage, people are leaving and getting their stuff.
Yeah.
And but the show was cool. What was your experience? How did you see it from the stage?
It's great here at the Castle Rock, and I know Michael from many years ago, and I especially remember this huge show we had with the animatronic demons at Castle Rock, where there was some complications with the security, and Michael sorted everything out perfectly. So we got our 350 kilo, 6 meters tall animatronic demon to pull a drummer up in the air, screaming and all that. We also had bigger shows here, but today was more rock and roll.
Yeah, I remember that. It was really impressive back then. So you have a connection to this festival, you have connections to Michael, and
it's one of our favorite festivals.
How many times have we played here?
3 or 4, I think. And one time we were lucky because we always kind of play second last. At least the last times we played second last, so it's only the very last band who can play in the dark with proper lights and stuff. But one time we were lucky because the weather gods sent us a storm with a lot of rain, so people had to go into that building. And the whole festival was delayed, so when we went to stage, it was dark, even though it was second last. And that was something totally different. That was magical. Because we're standing here with coarse makeup in the sun.
I know what you mean. This is difficult for goth bands or for dark bands. In the summer, at summer festivals, as you have maybe playing in the sunlight, it's not like true.
Yeah, and some might be scared to be turned into stone from the sunlight. So you never know. People can have their problems, and we have our problems. So it's not good for goth to be in the sunlight, but we are still here. We have a good time. So we do our best.
And now we will talk a little bit because you have a new album out.
Yes.
I'm totally bad with the titles, but favorite title.
It's the Pandemonium II,
second
Battle of the Underworlds.
Last time we talked about Pandemonium, and now it's the second.
Yeah. So I'm not having amnesia. I know that the previous album also was called Pandemonium, so I'm not kind of. You're getting so old, so you're calling your albums the same because you can't remember anymore. It's not about that. It's more about that this is a continuous story about the evil King GOTHMINISTER and what really happens in Pandemonium II. So I hope people enjoy that, and we're going to now release the final music video this autumn to conclude the story about the king. And then put it all together in the right order so people can see the story with the music videos following after each other.
Yeah, last time you told me about the story, and that it was told back and forward and stuff.
Yeah.
And so this will be the whole story, is only 2 albums, and there will be no third album. Was this?
I don't think so. We'll see, but I think the King now has he will make up for everything now in the last video. So we'll see. And the plan is to put this up on some cinemas, at least in Norway, maybe also Germany. We'll see, because it's a nice story. It's a nice frame around it, and it's actually turning into a story which starts in the modern times and goes into this ancient time. You know, so it's actually also maybe a believable story instead of just having fiction from ancient times. So we'll see, but yeah. We're concluding the work now this autumn.
And musically, what did you try out new with the new record?
I kind of feel, and it's not because it's of course we're all copying each other, right? But I had the feeling on the new album that music today needs to go a little bit faster than before. Of course, we also played in speed metal and thrash metal bands. You know, this is where I came from, and that was really fast. But this kind of gothic industrial metal style now, I flirt a little bit more with genres, with pop elements and some black metal elements and all that. And actually, if you look at the song Creepy Shadows, it goes quite fast. And this is something I have now a heart for, like a little bit faster songs. I think, yeah, the world goes faster, you know, we get more impatient in natural development.
Totally agree. And for me, for example, I love tempo songs, so
Yeah.
it's always cool.
Yeah,
And
there's more tempo than before, and some of the old as well. But I like to put in elements you didn't expect, and gonna try more of that in the future.
so maybe, as you mentioned, the world goes faster. Is it like feeling the world and what's going on also influences your music?
In the world?
What happens nowadays, like wars and stuff and things we have to deal with?
Yeah, definitely, and we all get affected by that. And I think for me, both as a person and as GOTHMINISTER, I always was into fighting, you know, the weak side. I mean, those who are not having such a good time, those who are wrongly put, those who are maybe not treated fair, and those there's so much injustice, you know, in this world. So, and also in my normal day job as a lawyer in the film and TV union in Norway, we see it's really strong powers with the broadcasters, streaming services, the production companies. We are fighting the weak side for the workers, and I always felt good about it because then I might make a difference. In a way, also, I think GOTHMINISTER is fighting for those who are weaker, because he's also in Battle of the Underworlds meeting a very strong clan with both witches and werewolves and all that, and he's just trying to survive. He's trying to survive, and his people is trying to survive. But the story is quite complicated, though, so we'll see. He's also an evil king, you know, in this story. And those who follow after evil leaders, they become evil themselves, and that's also a pattern. So we end up maybe with the question: is it the GOTHMINISTER side which is evil, or is it the witches and the werewolves? Because witches often want to rebalance the world. So you can interpret the way you like, but there are many questions and many answers.
Maybe even for me, for example, I see like nobody is totally evil and nobody is totally good. So maybe it's even like balancing it out.
You think?
Like that?
But in the end, we're just trying to hopefully do something good, and doing what we feel is right, and then we'll just see how it turns out. But it also, to me, you know, this story is kind of also GOTHMINISTER in the character. So he has the character is playing the evil thing, but for GOTHMINISTER as the main core, I think he's always fighting for the weak ones and fighting for justice. This is kind of what. Because, of course, I loved Batman when I was a little kid and was hugely inspired by him.
So, are you in general?
Can't you see I look like Batman?
Yeah.
No, it's totally mistake, totally wrong. I did it all wrong. But I mean,
But yeah, a comic fan, totally.
absolutely. I started with comic books, drawing and writing before music. So I at the age of 6, I had done like 70 comic books, actually, and written 6 books at the age of 8. So I was really productive when I was a very little kid, and I was on television and everything. But then I kind of found out that music was the way I want to express myself, because then you can both have the visuals and the writing and the lyrics, but also something else, the music,
And
even more powerful.
you can combine it, for example, in a booklet or something. You can even
Yeah.
still do some comic strips and stories.
It's one of the most powerful messages, making music.
But when Batman is maybe your favorite character, a good character, who's your favorite villain in comics?
The Joker, of course. So maybe it's a combination between those. I remember I was fighting with the kids, and I was, of course, wrong, because I said, yeah, Batman can also fly. It's not only Superman can fly, but we learned in the end that Batman was flying just because Superman was carrying him. He's a normal person. I think this is Batman's strength, that he kind of doesn't have that many superpowers. You see, I mean, Superman is like, can't really believe in Superman, and with Batman you kind of can believe it could exist actually in the real world. And this is his strength, and look now how big Batman has become after years, and Superman is kind of nobody cares maybe. So I love this, and it's also, of course, the gothic aspect with Batman. He lives in Gotham City, and it's perfect. So yeah, I searched my soul and I found out that Batman was a huge inspiration.
I totally can understand that. And maybe if everything goes wrong, you can go to the Arkham Asylum and say, okay, I live here and rule the world. Yeah, good. Yeah, but this is interesting, because I think we all have some inspiration from comics, from books and stuff.
Yeah.
But to see, for example, looking at your makeup, it has some kind of, as you say, Batman and also some Joker. It's like a mix of this. I would say. You have combined both characters in your GOTHMINISTER.
Yeah, definitely, and I also like the Joker, especially the later versions of Joker. Many that the 60s Batman was kind of more foolish.
Ping, pow.
Yeah, but then it got a bit scary and interesting.
It was cool as well, because it was, when I was a child, this was one of my first encounters besides the comics.
Yeah.
Having those old series and the old movie. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And maybe we can, before we come to an end, but is it, for example, you mentioned yourself, you are a lawyer in real life.
Yeah.
So is this also something like fighting for the weak, for the good?
Yeah, definitely. It feels everything for me, and I to bring it up once more again, I was participating in this national selection with the Eurovision this year, but maybe I was lucky not to get to the finals because it was a lot of mess. But of course, then you get so many questions: who is GOTHMINISTER? What is your message? And this is also when I found out much more that, it's those persons I want to fight for, because they don't have anyone else. And then we had this release party in Norway when we released a new album, and the person comes to me and says something really moving, and says that he has struggled all his life and it hasn't gone so well for him, but he knows that I will be here because you are the weak person's lawyer. He said, you're here and thank you for being here. And that was really moving. I mean, it can mean so much just saying to people, and it was moving. We have to give each other self-confidence and support each other all the time and stay together.
Yeah, I think here's a really loud atmosphere, so we come to an end now. Do you have something? What's coming next?
Especially about the cellar really loud now, so it's not so good.
Bad band. Totally different. No, they're
Really sucked really loud, so.
yeah, really loud music they've done. But do you have something you want to tell the people outside at the end? Some free greetings, love messages. I love love messages.
Yes, I want to, and I said it before, but I think that people need to get off their phones and go out there and go and watch a band live that you want to watch. Somebody you didn't see live before. It can be, I mean, small bands or young bands. I think you should go out there and be together and get off your phone.
Perfect. So, this we wait for this twinkling, and I say thank you for the nice talk again. We'll meet again for sure and talk more. And for today, I say bye, cheers, thank you.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.